Former President Edgar Lungu will be on the ballot in the 2026 general elections, and the ruling United Party for National Development, UPND, must prepare to face him, whether they accept it or not. This was the firm declaration made by Brenda Nyirenda, Deputy Secretary-General of the Patriotic Front, PF, who emphasized that the opposition party remains a formidable force in Zambian politics. Nyirenda's statement comes amid growing speculation about Lungu's political comeback and the PF's strategic positioning ahead of the next electoral cycle. According to Nyirenda, the UPND's attempts to sideline the PF are futile, as the party continues to consolidate its base and prepare for a robust challenge. She insisted that the ruling party must stop targeting PF members and instead confront the reality of facing a revitalized opposition led by a former head of state. Nyirenda's remarks reflect a broader sentiment within the PF that the party is not only regrouping but also gaining momentum. Despite internal challenges and the aftermath of losing power, the PF has maintained a significant presence across the country, with a strong parliamentary representation and grassroots structures that remain largely intact. Analysts note that the PF's resilience is rooted in its decade-long experience in both governance and opposition, giving it a strategic edge in navigating Zambia's political terrain. The party's ability to retain loyalty among its members and avoid mass defections has been attributed to the UPND's aggressive stance, which has inadvertently fostered unity within the PF ranks. Political observers argue that the PF's comeback strategy is multifaceted, involving both organizational restructuring and ideological recalibration. The party is reportedly investing in rebuilding its image, reconnecting with its support base, and crafting a compelling narrative that contrasts its governance record with the current administration's performance. This approach is designed to capitalize on public dissatisfaction with the UPND's delivery on campaign promises, particularly in sectors such as health, agriculture, and economic recovery. The PF's messaging increasingly highlights perceived shortcomings in the New Dawn government's policies, positioning itself as a credible alternative capable of restoring stability and growth. Moreover, the PF's internal dynamics suggest a renewed sense of purpose and ambition. The emergence of multiple presidential aspirants within the party, each willing to invest significant resources to succeed Lungu, indicates a high level of political engagement and confidence. This internal competition, while potentially divisive, also reflects the party's vitality and the belief among its members that a return to power is achievable. The PF leadership has been keen to harness this energy, promoting a narrative of collective strength and readiness to challenge the status quo. In contrast, the UPND faces increasing scrutiny over its governance style and internal cohesion. Reports of frustration and division among its ranks have raised questions about its ability to maintain unity and deliver on its reform agenda. The party's efforts to institutionalize its power base have been met with resistance, and its handling of political dissent has drawn criticism from civil society and opposition figures. The PF has seized on these vulnerabilities, framing the UPND's actions as undemocratic and counterproductive to national development. Nyirenda's assertion that the UPND must release the PF and face the real opposition giant underscores the shifting dynamics in Zambia's political landscape. It signals a transition from post-election recovery to active contestation, with the PF positioning itself as the principal challenger in 2026. The party's strategic communication, organizational resilience, and mobilization efforts suggest that it is preparing for a high-stakes electoral battle. As the political temperature rises, stakeholders across the spectrum are watching closely, anticipating a contest that could redefine Zambia's democratic trajectory. In summary, the PF's resurgence is not merely rhetorical but grounded in tangible political maneuvers and public engagement. Nyirenda's comments encapsulate the party's determination to reclaim its place in Zambia's governance, while challenging the UPND to engage in genuine democratic competition. The road to 2026 promises to be intense, with both parties sharpening their strategies and narratives in pursuit of electoral victory. The unfolding developments will shape not only the outcome of the next election, but also the future of Zambia's political discourse.